this is Louis, and if, like me, when you finish this video, try not to kill yourself. Instead, head on over to PlayAsia and pick yourself up something nice there. They have all kinds of electronics and software and, you know, everything that you could want, including merchandise. And then if you don't want to do that, then head on over to JList and pick yourself up some candy or wank fodder to ease your pain through this video and afterwards, because man, oh man, is this is a draining fucking video, ladies and gentlemen. If you can make it the full fucking hour, say so in the comment section, because damn, this is a bad one. But I'm gonna keep it short and get you straight into the fucking pain. Be sure to check out the links in the description below.
So this is Louis, and I thought I would attempt to record an unscripted commentary on my new phone, just to test out the audio. My hope is that it's pretty decent. I'm gonna do that test by going through a whole slew of YouTube videos produced by Google and YouTube talking about what they stand for. You know, what is this massive, massive, massive corporation stand for? And, you know, it's easy to stand for certain things. Like, I don't think that it's very hard to be a company that stands for, like, the freedom of information or transparency or free speech or artistic expression, or like there's all these things on earth to be in favor of. And there are even more controversial things to be in favor of. Like if you're the family that I think runs Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A, you know, you can say, oh, I'm a Christian and blah, 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 and stand for whatever there, which are a little bit harder stances to take, given the social climate in the United States. But there are a whole litany of things that a company or a person, an individual, or the head of a corporation can stand for. You know, can get in front of a microphone and say, this is what I believe and why. What does Google want to represent their brand as a corporation? And, you know, YouTube is owned by Google. So what is it that these corporations stand for? And we're gonna go through a slew of their fucking videos to find that out. Okay, let's see what they stand for.
So you want it to sound like this, right? Really good?
Look at these moments, all of these stories, secrets, revelations from every corner of the world.
Well, I can say that right up front that I don't really give a shit about, you know, children doing stupid shit, people goofing around on skateboards, whatever globalist, vacuous bullshit you want to push here. I don't care about any of that. And you don't seem to be just putting forward exactly what you believe. You know, what is your brand? What is this? What do you actually, I mean, cutesy fucking stock footage is great. Lovely. Is that what you actually stand for? Vacuousness?
Every video a chance to walk in someone else's shoes. A reminder of how amazingly generous people are. How hilariously funny and how heartbreakingly vulnerable humans can be.
Thank you guys so much for being here for me.
You're not off on a good start here, because Markiplier I find to be incredibly vapid and insincere. Just, he's no Meryl Streep, okay? His acting, his persona, is not convincing. It's one of the reasons why I generally don't like him. You know, I can say that when I listen to Boogie, I tend to believe that he's sincere in what he's saying. Not all the time, but even there I have my issues with him, obviously. With Markiplier, he doesn't fool me for a fucking second. The guy is 100% persona. 100% fucking disingenuous and insincere in what he says. So, is that what you stand for? Inauthenticity? Is that what you stand for, fucking Google?
This is the rawest, purest, most unfiltered portrait of who we are as people. A celebration of what humans can do. Proof of our potential. A motor for our progress.
We only get one chance at life, and you're always going to...
So, like, is P.T. Barnum-style bullshit what you stand for? Google, what is this? What is this? Is this not just a rebranded form of fucking the bearded woman of P.T. Barnum era fucking circus, spectacle? Is this something more than that? Because I don't think it is. I think this is just the modern age of fucking spectacle. P.T. Barnum, if he lived today, would be a fucking multi-billionaire. He'd be one of the richest people on the face of this earth because he would market every fucking goddamn insignificant weirdo as something terrific, something out of this world, which is who this person is. They are nothing more than a spectacle. That is all they are. They can't achieve anything more than that. That's why they put their body out there as some sort of political canvas, because that is the height of their intellectual capacity. Those are the boundaries that they fit within. Is my body, I'm going to objectify my body to have political speech. That's as far as they go. That's as deep as they go. So again, we get back to vacuousness as the brand of fucking YouTube.
Chance at life, and you're always going to be happy if you're going to be real with yourself.
And not even hijabi bullshit and the niqabi bullshit. Gotta promote that. Gotta promote Islam.
This is what happens when you give everyone a voice, a chance to be heard, and a stage to be seen.
Julius Yago, they call him the YouTube man.
Whatever your thing is, well, here it can become the next big thing. That person who thought they were no one, they can become someone. That voice that thought it didn't matter, well, it can start a movement. Even when you feel all alone in the world, it's here you can find someone just like you.
You will find people like yourself on YouTube. That is true. But the fact is that you shouldn't need it. I don't need anyone else to agree with my opinions. I don't need anyone to share my same worldview or political outlook or what have you. I don't need someone else's validation to believe what I believe. Maybe that's to the extent that you have interaction with other people to make sure that what you believe isn't fucking ridiculous. You're not lost in the echo chamber of your own mind. It is good to bounce your ideas off of other people. But that's not exactly what you're saying. That's actually you trying to have some sort of fucking intellectual rigor to what you believe. That's you actually contesting what you believe with other people. That's not what you're saying.
Days like this is why I started, because otherwise I would just be doing this alone. This is what family's about right here.
That's the power of YouTube. That's the power of you. All of you.
All right, well, I'm still confused. I don't know about the rest of you. I still don't know what YouTube stands for. So let's take a look at another one of these fucking videos to see if we can figure out what exactly YouTube stands for. What is YouTube? What is Google? What do they stand for? Because I still don't know. What is their brand? Because so far I got insincerity and vacuousness. And P.T. Barnum style spectacle. That's what we got so far. Those are the three things. So let's continue on.
We've been taught that silence would save us, but it won't.
I don't care what you say. We never played by the same rules anyway.
I can't live my life straight because you're straight. I can't. I just gotta live my life for me and do it for me because this is my life.
You don't have to tell me that I'm doing my own thing, man. Well, then do it. Why do you gotta get your fucking face in front of a camera and tell me? What does it matter? Just do it. Don't say it, do it. But you're not gonna do that, are you?
I've done my hair down. I've worn the dresses. I've done things that aren't natural to me to please other people.
I was told to wipe off my makeup and be a boy. What they should have told me was to be myself.
I don't want to be mean, but I'm just saying, like, this is the modern era of fucking P.T. Barnum spectacle. Like, that's what this is. That is what this is. Like, I don't want to be fucking mean to people. It's amazing to me that they cry, or however it's said, as they lash out and say, I'm going to be who I want to be, blah, 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 and I'm going to throw that right at you. And it's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care if you dress like a fucking retard. I don't care if you want to wear makeup or not, or you want to wear a dress or not. I mean, women are allowed to wear pants. I'm just saying, you don't have to wear a skirt. You can choose. And if you're a dude that wants to wear a skirt, no one's stopping you. Go to a store and buy one and wear it. The problem that you're going to have is that people are going to look at you and say, like, wow, you look like a fucking weirdo. And you're not going to stop people from saying that. You can browbeat people as much as you want, but you're not going to stop them from having a reaction to how you look. If you pass, they're not going to react in that regard. But if you don't, they're going to react. And I got to tell you that, you know, to all the people out there that want to be seen as something other than a freak, don't dress like a freak then. You have to look as normal as possible if you want to be taken as normal. But if you're as big of a fucking freak show as possible, people are going to rightly look at you as a fucking spectacle, because you are.
If other people aren't comfortable, that is not your problem. That is their problem.
I want to tell other queer people that it is okay to be yourself. We won't stand for hatred.
LGBTQ plus people are strong and resilient. We're not gonna go away.
No one's expecting you to go away. Okay, this isn't fucking Iran or, you know, the Islamic State. We're not going to be throwing you off of buildings. There are conservatives, and I would say, you know, not just conservatives, but more radical Christians, Mormons, and evangelicals that don't like you. But to the extent that they don't like you, it's in the minutia. These are not people that are going to be throwing you off of buildings. These are people that may pass some, you know, meandering litigation against you in a state fucking legislature. You know, that's the extent to which these people are going to try to go after, quote unquote, you. And it's going to be over things that are tacitly connected to their faith, like marriage. That's one of the reasons why they try to block it. But I got to tell you something, that this video, let me double check this, was uploaded June 27th, 2017. And the reason why I find that to be amusing is it's right before my birthday. My birthday is on the 30th. And so the connection that exists there is the fact that in 2015, right before my birthday, gay marriage became federally legalized thanks to the Supreme Court in the, Obergefell versus Hodges decision. Okay, this was rendered out in favor of gays having access to marriage in America. And this has been the fucking law since 2015, the summer of 2015. It's been 2 goddamn years. And I haven't seen any kind of coordinated push to undo this. I know that there are evangelicals and Mormons that want to see this done away with. But it requires a constitutional amendment that's never going to fucking happen. I've not seen any kind of coordinated push by Republicans to change this. Not any. You know, they can't even pass some kind of real change to Obamacare, and they've been talking about that endlessly for 8 goddamn years. So, as it relates to this decision, I don't see anything changing. So when you say, we're not going to go away, who's calling for you to go away? You know, if you're in the middle of the Middle East, maybe you'd have a problem in that regard. You're not going to have any problem here with that. So what the fuck are you talking about? I think that's just this. It's not the demand for equal rights anymore. It's the demand for social acceptance no matter how much of a fucking circus freak you are. And you're never going to get it. If you don't abide by beauty standards and social norms, you're not going to get acceptance. If you look like a fucking freak, you're going to be seen as a fucking freak. It doesn't matter how much of an oppressed minority you think you are. Dress normally. Look normal. And people will treat you as normal. How is anyone going to know that you're gay if you dress like a normal woman or man? How is anyone going to fucking know? So, spare me. Spare me the bullshit of this argument. You just want... I mean, this is just an attempt for more social control. It's not about rights. It's not about beauty standards or anything else. It's about social control. You have social hegemony right now, and you want to retain it. And this is just another attempt to demonize people, to guilt people into giving you social control over them as some kind of enlightened aristocracy. And it's not fucking happening. Piece by piece, your social control is being chipped away. And again, like, I'm all in favor of gay marriage. I'm all in favor of gay people being treated as everyone else. But you're not for gay people being treated like everyone else. You're not for that. You want to be this aristocracy. You want to be that. And the answer is no. The United States is an egalitarian society. People want others to be treated equally. I've never really run into somebody that's just an average Joe that says, you know what, I want there to be an aristocracy of people that can't be criticized in our nation. I haven't run into somebody that said that. However, I have run into plenty of social justice cocksuckers that have implied that there needs to be a class of people in the United States that are above everyone else. And my answer is no. My answer is no to that. Fuck off.
It's so important that we keep fighting for the right to be who we are, the right to love whoever we want to love.
Who is stopping you? Seriously? Where is this fight coming from? Where is the opposition? What are you even talking about? Outside of a fucking fringe group in society, you know, who is fighting you at all in any capacity? Who? Name them. Name your enemy. Who are they?
Like all civil rights movements that have gone before, we're not going to give up.
You won! You fucking won! What is this fucking decision then? What are you talking about? What do you have to win? Again, this is about total social hegemony. You want to become an aristocracy. You don't want to be treated equally. You have the exact same rights as me. What the fuck do you want?
I'm still a proud gay man, okay?
We have to be out and proud and visible where we can for the people where they can't.
I live pride every single day.
Refuse to ever give up.
Seriously, this is just empty fucking rhetoric. Who are you fighting against? Is this some sort of attempt to rehabilitate the fucking Middle East? I don't fucking think so. So who are you even fighting? Who is your fucking opposition? Give me one faction. Even if it's just evangelicals, which is a fringe group. Just say evangelicals, so at least I know who the fuck you're even referencing. Who are you referencing when you're talking about this? We need to stand up. We need to be proud. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, to what capacity? To what end? What are you fucking fighting for anymore?
What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back.
So yeah, I mean, outside of, like, East Asia, where it's not legal yet, but you still have, in large part, the same rights. You're not being mistreated to the extent that you would otherwise be in, say, Africa or in the Middle East. And I don't see that fucking cited here at all. If this was hashtag proud to be in Africa, hashtag proud to be in the Middle East, I get what you're saying here. Or we want gay marriage in Japan or fucking South Korea, which I think it's both illegal there. Even then I could understand, but even, like, again, you have to name specifically what you're fighting for, where it is, what the differences are between you and everyone else, and, you know, what's going on. Like, this is just rhetoric. This is just a vacuous, like, ad for something that I don't understand. I'm sitting here trying to distinguish exactly what you could mean. Not what you mean, but what you could be implying with this. I'm trying to be generous. But I don't know. I literally don't know what you mean here by this. You don't show, like, if you showed some guy in India or something getting the shit kicked out of him because he's gay, then I could understand, oh wow, this is a problem there. This is a problem in the Middle East or wherever else, that people are being attacked, people are being silenced, people are being shamed or whatever, intimidated, something. And you go, yeah, we need to hashtag proud to be gay and wherever. Then I could understand, but you're not doing that. And a lot of these fucking people are European and Western. There is no issue in the West with gay people anymore. It's over. It has been over for years and years in multiple countries. Years. Decades even in some. And in the United States, the fight has been dead for 2 goddamn years. It is over. Gay people won. You have social hegemony in America. What more could you possibly want? And tell me a European nation where you don't already have social hegemony. Name me a single fucking nation. God, what a fucking ridiculous video. Just absolutely ridiculous. Do I even want to continue with this shit? God, this is exhausting. Alright, let's just move on to the fucking next one. This is so stupid.
I show up because if I didn't have people who showed up for me, I wouldn't be here.
I show up because visibility is important.
Because my love is just as equal as everyone else's.
If we're not all going to be allies of human beings, I don't know what we're going to be allies of.
They come out for us, and we'll come out for them.
Okay. I'm stopping this. What are you resisting? We resist. What? Trump isn't even against gay marriage. Trump hasn't, he's guaranteed protections, I think it was either for gay people or trans people. I did a whole video on it. Trump isn't fucking anti-trans. He's not anti-gay. I haven't seen one thing out of the new administration to fucking hashtag fucking resist in this way. What are you resisting other than trying to retain social hegemony? What? Name it.
I love people, all people, and we are equal.
Ready, set, march! I'm one of the old ones in the crowd. It's been a struggle at times, but I have a lot of friends in this community that accept me for who I am.
My daughter is gay, and my daughter has taught me how to stand up for myself, because in loving her for who she is, I've been able to love myself for who I am.
I don't give a flying fuck about your goddamn insecurities. That is not something that can be legislated. That's not something to resist, is your own fucking inability to deal with your own insecurities. You have no one to blame for that shit but yourself.
I show up for that.
I show up because I want to be free.
Oh my God! Do you mean you want to have the freedom to buy a firearm? Is that the freedom you're struggling for? I don't think it is, lady. Is it to live in a country free of Islamist terror, where you don't go to a nightclub and get shot by a fucking jihadi? Is that what you're fucking afraid of? No, I don't see you talking about Islam here. You know, what freedom do you lack other than aristocracy, which isn't freedom? You know, it is hashtag more freedom for you, where you're hashtag more equal than others, but you aren't lacking in freedom. You aren't. You have total freedom in the United States to do whatever the fuck you want. So spare me. You act as though you're living in fucking communist China or fucking, you know, Wahhabi Saudi Arabia. That's where I get the understanding that you think you live. You don't. You live in the most free nation in this fucking world. Outside of some slight issues with maybe mass surveillance, maybe if you talked about healthcare as a right, which I don't believe. You know, maybe you could name that as something that you see as a freedom of what you lack. But what, I mean, again, this is so vacuous. What do you even fucking mean? Hashtag show up to fucking understand this incoherent bullshit. I don't get what I'm supposed to be showing up for. Show up and protest what? We resist what? What is it? You know, I don't get it. I literally don't get it. And I'm not just being an asshole. I literally don't understand what you're fighting for, what you're protesting about. I don't get it. Just name one thing. Name one freedom you don't have. Name it, just so I can even comprehend what you're getting at. Because I don't get it. Now we are scraping that motherfucking bottom. Oh God, I don't want to play this one.
I don't believe we're free in America.
I think we're haunted by our history of racial inequality. We're burdened by this legacy created by slavery and lynching and segregation.
The fact they have the balls to talk about segregation when Black Lives Matter activists that are on college campuses are universally calling for resegregation. They want there to be segregated spaces for whites and blacks. And I, as an egalitarian, and as I've said already in this, that most Americans, the overwhelming majority of Americans, are unaware egalitarians. I mean, there's obviously some that will agree with egalitarianism if you just ask them. They'll say, yeah, I'm egalitarian. But the fact is that the overwhelming near totality of Americans are egalitarian. They want people to be treated equally. They want everyone to have access to wherever the fuck. Government programs, being able to go to a movie theater or able to use a bathroom. They're not in favor of segregated spaces outside of maybe male bathrooms, female bathrooms, or locker rooms. Maybe that's the accepted social norm segregation that exists, that I'm not necessarily even against. I'm not someone that would necessarily be in favor of all gender-inclusive fucking locker rooms, for example. You know, I'm already insecure. I don't need fucking women in a locker room as I change. I don't need to fucking bolster my insecurity in that regard. So maybe that's some segregation that we can still accept in this fucking society. But as it relates to fucking black and white or Latino or Asian, no one is in favor, outside of social justice activists, no one's in favor of segregation. So when you say, oh man, 50 fucking, or 70 years ago, really, we had segregation, it's like, yeah, and you're trying to bring it back.
And whether you're born in 2017 or 1930, you are affected by the environment that we have created by being silent.
Spare me, I wish people would shut the fuck up about race, but we're not. Or if they were to talk about race, it would be to the capacity of, say, Dave Chappelle or others that mock race, that lampoon our differences, if there even are any, that are more so cultural than anything. You know, I'm all in favor of mocking race, but you don't want that. You want race to be seen as this gradient that we use to judge everything, every person by. You know, you are a collectivist. I want people judged by the individual, and for race to be a non-factor. You don't want that.
I don't think slavery ended in 1865. I think it evolved.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh. I'll just leave it there. No other comment.
We had mobs of thousands of people gathering in courthouse yards, in fields, and doing horrific things to people, and we haven't done anything to acknowledge that.
Thursday, June 26, 1919. Can we find something that's like not near the goddamn end of the 18th century? Or the 19th, rather. You know, can we find something that's towards the later end of the 20th century even? Can we find something there that's comparable to fucking slavery or lynching? You know, find me something, please. Just for a reference that is within the time frame of when my fucking grandmother was alive. You know, can we find that? I don't even know if my grandmother was even alive during this time period. I'd have to look it up. 1919? That was literally almost 100 fucking years ago. I don't even think she was alive then. What are you fucking referencing here, man? Why don't you talk about the fucking introduction of the goddamn car while you're at it? In terms of historical fucking bullshit. Ancient goddamn history. You know, there was once a time where the horse and buggy existed, and I don't like these cars coming around. It's like, yo, you're living so far in the fucking past that no one understands what you're talking about.
It is American history, and for us to recover from that violence, from that terrorism, we all have to know it, and we have to talk about it. This project in particular, it's a project about tearing down those boundaries.
Every single fucking person that could have possibly been traumatized by those events that existed then are fucking dead. It was 100 goddamn years ago. They're dead. So what are you talking about? People that are my age have not suffered mass injustice, systematic fucking injustice. You're full of shit. The people that could have possibly endured injustice are at a minimum like 70, 80, 90 years old. That's how old they have to be in order to have dealt with injustice to that degree. That could have any fucking tacit reference to what you're talking about. That is how far back you have to go. That's how old these people have to be. And yes, there are people that are still alive that have been fucking attacked or been racially discriminated against to a degree that is systematic, something that was built into the system, that was in law. But that it's over with. It's been over with for almost 70 years.
Google has a kind of expertise, a kind of knowledge about information, and they've been able to take what we know about lynching and what we have heard from the families who we have spent time with.
These people have not suffered from lynching. See how old they are? They're not that old. Something that happened this long ago that you're referencing has nothing to do with these fucking people. Absolutely fucking nothing. If a family member 100 goddamn years ago was dealt injustice, fine. That's some historical goddamn legacy for your family. It has nothing to do with these people that are living and breathing right now. Absolutely nothing.
And make that knowledge accessible to a lot more people. I think it will compel us to think differently about what we need to do to correct the past, to address the past, but also how we make a better future.
All right, we're just going to move on because all you're trying to do from this brother is make fucking money. That's all you're here to do. You don't give a shit about any of this bullshit. You're just trying to make money. You're just here to profit off of your race and injustices from a fucking 100 years ago. Whereas you could just compare that to any goddamn other nation where there's been injustice that far outweighs what happened to black people in America in the fucking 20th century or the 19th. There's shit that's gone on overseas that is way, way fucking worse. But there's no money there. There's no market for fucking white guilt. And there is here with lynching that happened 100 goddamn years ago in the South. There's a market for it, and that's why you're here. Fuck off. Oh, and we're not getting any fucking better. We're not moving on to anything fucking better, I'll tell you that. So let's just get to it.
Hi. Sabah al khair. Good morning.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
So I met this girl, Catherine, today. She's a remarkable young girl.
Hassan brought us into his temporary home to make us feel welcome.
Anna Maria.
This girl has something so special about her.
I'm glad we can yet again have a fucking hijabi, basically, again, promoting the decay of our societies. I'm just going to say that. I mean, you are refusing to abide by American culture. The hijab is not something that is part of American culture. You are trying to force it upon us in the West. And I don't want it here. I don't want your fucking theocratic horse shit involved in our culture. You want to bring your food? Fair enough. Many other fucking cultures have done that and have flourished in the United States with it. We love food. We love foreign food. Bring it on in. But as it relates to your fucking theocratic garb, your misogynistic garb, fuck off with it. I want to see free women in bikinis. I don't want to fucking see fucking hijabis and niqabis running around, being under the fucking heel of uneducated fucking barbarians, savages. I don't want to see that in my already free society. Fuck off with it.
My passion is rapping.
The girl raps.
وعمال أقضي وقتي في إني أنا بحاول أصنع شيء يسعد الأطفال لأن أنا إنسان لسه عندي قدرة على العطاء. أنا حاليا بظبط زي النحات بالضبط.
Even with this guy, this older guy in Greece, you know, I don't think this guy here is actually a problem. It'll probably be his son that's a fucking problem.
I've been playing football since I was young. Because when you're playing football, you will be very happy. There is a lot of skill there, will make you even to laugh.
Mariam told me her story, something that I didn't expect.
لا حرب كان سيء كتير. قبل حياتي كانت أحسن من هون، بس هلا لا اتغير كل شيء. مدرستي راحت، هي سنة راحت على الفاضي، فرغ.
من ساعة ما خرجت أنا من ال67 من فلسطين، فقط ببحث عن الحرية والسلام. ما لي حقوق، لا أنا ولا أولادي.
Again, I'm not going to say anything against this fucking, like, old grandfather guy. You know, for all I know, he's totally sincere in what he's saying here. My problem is going to be his son. And I notice that they don't have any young men giving their opinion of fucking freedom in the United States. I don't hear a Muslim man in his 20s talking about, you know what's one of the things I love about the West is women's liberation. That's one of the things I love about the West. Where's that guy? This old guy is fine. Where's the young guys? Show them. I want to see the young guys talking about what they like about the West.
How long ago did you come here from Sudan?
By the time when I was 14, because those people, they want to kill us, the rebels, we start running. And I left my family all there. I'm just here alone with the stepmom.
كنا عم نمشي ما نمنا بالغابات وأصوات بتخوف يعني كثير شغلات. ماي تبعنا والشغلات اللي جبنا معنا كله خلصوا. ما وصل.
So what this does is it begs the question why, if you live in an unstable nation that has issues, why aren't we raising funds or doing whatever to make these nations more stable, to build infrastructure or hire more soldiers or policemen or whatever the fuck we need to do to make these countries better? Iraq is obviously a special case in regards to the United States, but how many fucking trillions of dollars have we poured into that fucking nation? How much more can the United States be doing for fucking Iraq at this point? How much more? And they don't even want our help. That was one of the things about our withdrawal from Iraq, is they want us the fuck out of there. They'll take our money, but they want us the fuck out. So it's like, listen, we're under no obligation to take anybody in. We are under zero obligation to take these people in legally. Zero. Absolutely none. And in which it just begs the question, okay, what do you want us to do? The United States cannot simply be, in West in general, cannot just be an open goddamn community. It can't just be something where we bring in everyone, no matter who they are, no matter what circumstances for the reason why they're coming in, no matter what they believe. We can't just be like a fucking massive safety net for every fucking person who's suffering in the world. Because there's plenty enough people already here in the West that are not doing well, that are not living prosperous fucking happy lives. We already have plenty enough people that all these bourgeois cocksuckers that you see here don't associate with. And it's why they don't know the pain of the American working class. You know, a blue-collar worker in the Rust Belt, or in fucking West Virginia, or wherever. They don't know the struggle of people already living here because they don't associate with them. They have no connection to those people. And they resent them because they're white and working class. They don't give a shit about their struggle because they're racist. They're anti-white. And so when they see some poor black girl from Uganda, they look at her and say, that's a real victim, not you white people. You have your white privilege. I don't care how much you're struggling to put food on the table for your family. Fuck you. Look at this black person from a foreign country. We ought to bring her in and give her every fucking possible benefit. If you want to talk about, you know, social safety nets and socialized medicine and all of the different types of, you know, publicly funded programs that exist in the West, those programs should be for citizens. They should not be for foreign nationals. And if you bring in all these foreign nationals that are not going to pay into the system, but rather take from it, those social safety nets will collapse. You will see the collapse of all these different systems if you do not have a productive generation paying into them. That's why we have them. And all you're doing is giving a gift to Republicans that just want to get rid of every single one of these programs. There are plenty of conservatives in this world that want to get rid of welfare, get rid of food stamps, get rid of every fucking social program. Every single one. Completely. You're a fucking useful idiot for them. These safety nets will collapse if we don't have productive working class families paying into them, and instead have a whole fucking slew of useless quote unquote refugees that just live off the system. And I'm not in favor of that. I'm not in favor of getting rid of welfare, getting rid of unemployment, getting rid of food stamps, getting rid of Social Security, getting rid of Medicare. I'm not in favor of any of that. I want those social safety nets to exist and serve American citizens. Even if you want to create single payer and the rest, which progressives want, it should be exclusively for American citizens. Fuck everyone else. Let them make their own goddamn social safety nets in their own nations. Let them figure their own shit out. If we want to contribute to their nations, have that be the fucking video. Have it be the video. You know, the United States and the West in general should give more in, economic aid, foreign aid to these nations to build up social safety nets in their own nations, to fix their own fucking issues. Why is it that we have to import literally every fucking person on the face of this earth into our countries? Why? It makes no goddamn sense outside of bourgeois virtue signaling and globalism. That's all I see here. You know, the only way that the left is going to have any kind of goddamn future in this country and in the West is nationalism. That is the exact position we should be operating on. Protectionism, nationalism, focusing on protecting and giving and ensuring prosperity as much as we can for existing citizens. And that doesn't mean that you have no immigration, but what that doesn't mean is you don't flood this nation with useless fucking people that are just going to live off of the system and be a net detriment for our society, especially those that refuse to immigrate or integrate like Muslims. Muslims refuse to integrate, so fuck them! Fuck them! Why bring them here? It isn't helping anyone but the fucking right in every way.
I haven't met anyone who went through what she went through yet has so much life.
حلمي كان أن أصبح محامية.
We have to be with the heart like one brother and one sister. We need to share ideas together. We need to move together. We need to play together. I will not give up. I will pray after the end of my life.
It's important to figure out what you share as a human being.
Tell your story to the world, and when you do that, so many things change.
مش حيسيبكم إلا لما يطيروا في السماء.
So I'll move on, but you know what's one thing we all have in common? We're all citizens of states. And the fact is that I want more than anything my state to represent me and actually be fucking functional and not be a failing oligarchy. Why the fuck is it that these people, including that old guy who's Palestinian, why can't you become a Palestinian fucking politician? Run for fucking office to the degree that you can in Palestine, not be a fucking radical Islamist, and try to actually have peace. Fight for that. But no, you take the easier route. You just run away, run to the West, and say, oh, I need to be let in. You need to give me everything. No. Take the harder road. Fight for your own fucking statehood in Palestine. Fight for something that you actually fucking believe in if you want to represent your culture. Stay there, figure your own shit out. Don't come here expecting handouts. And for every bourgeois leftist to greet you and hug you and say, welcome, be sure to live off of our welfare. Be sure not to integrate and reject and hate our culture, even though our bourgeois culture allowed you in and is giving you everything, including allowing you to fuck us in the ass culturally. So this is going to be something that we're going to continue with because we're moving on to another fucking video for refugees. So-called refugees.
We're living during one of the largest humanitarian crises in the world. Being able to affect as many people as we have here, that's just powerful.
You know what I love about Greece? Is that Greece is in such a great position to help all of these fucking migrants. Of all the fucking nations on the face of this earth, the strong bulwark economy of fucking Greece is prepared. The political stability in Greece, they are prepared to take in all these goddamn people. You know, I don't understand why in Greece they have gotten themselves in the position that they're in, where they are just completely fucked by the EU. You know, obviously the UK was right to get out of the EU. But it's like, why, or Britain at least, why, or England maybe at least, whatever. But why is it that all these other nations can't see the writing on the fucking wall? That it's like, your countries are going to be flooded and ultimately fucking fail because of all of these fucking people just, you know, immigrating to your nations for no other reason than looking for money, looking for a job, hopefully, at their best. But otherwise they're there to fucking take your welfare and rape your women, by all appearances, if you look at what's going on. Not integrate and rape women. and get welfare checks while doing it. You know, that seems to be what a lot of this is. And I'm sorry to the handful of people, the million people out there that are actual refugees from Syria. But it's like the 50 million or however fucking many that are coming over trying to fucking rape and pillage the West. It's like, I got no sympathy. You know, I got nothing left for you. My answer is fucking close off the fucking borders. Say no more, and the ones that are here, get rid of them. They're not here to do anything good. They're not here to enrich or whatever the fuck your culture. If enrichment, unless enrichment is like a fucking code word for rape, maybe that's what they're gonna fucking do, enrich in that regard. But they're not here to do anything for the West outside of take advantage of our fucking white guilt. My answer is no. And I don't get why Europe is allowing themselves to be destroyed, colonized in this way. I don't get it. And I'm glad that I'm not European. It would be driving me up a fucking wall to see my own nation committing suicide. I mean, I have the book in my back seat, which I just started, which is by Douglas Murray. Whatever it is, let me reach back and grab it. It is The Strange Death of Europe. You know, I'm going to read that book because that's what's happening. It's the suicide of the West, at least in Europe. I'm glad it ain't fucking happening here. That's one of the best things about fucking Trump, is hopefully he doesn't cuck the international fucking demand of bourgeois globalists to bring in all these people to destroy our nations. I'm being sarcastic about it, but I genuinely have sympathy for the Greeks in and the position that they're currently in. It's amazing to me that on top of fucking everything, now they have this. You know, if there's a nation that the United States should bail out, it should be Greece. You know, they're in such dire straits. And then this shit happens. It's fucking unreal.
I was part of the emergency unit that the ARC sent to Greece to assess and provide life-saving support to refugees. This is 30 days worth of arrivals on this gigantic mound. Can you imagine 8 months?
See, they're trying to paint this as sympathetic. This is terrifying. This is terrifying. These people are likely young men. These are not women and children. These are men. Fighting age fucking men pouring into these nations that at best want to look for work. That's the best you can fucking expect. And they might get a job and then go out and rape some women. But, I mean, that's the best example, the shining example, is that they're economic migrants. These are not fucking refugees.
There were boats coming in day or night.
Hi, we're coming to rape you! Hey, you, I'm gonna rape you, yeah!
Carrying 50, 60, 70 people each. Having survived this hellish trip to face chaos, we were a handful of volunteers and some NGOs.
Those NGOs, which as far as I know are currently being investigated for human trafficking charges, that are illegally bringing people, smuggling people into nations. NGOs, man, you gotta love them.
Trying to provide basic stuff such as food, dry clothes, medical attention. And these people were totally helpless. Information was so scarce.
A guy steps off a boat, he's just like, hey, where are white women at? That's probably the first question for most of these young men. It's not going to be, hey, how do I get a job when I don't speak your language? It's going to be, hey, what are the fucking English words or the Greek words for I want to fuck you, so that I can say that to the Greek women, and then they don't need to learn how to say yes or no. They're having sex no matter what.
They were full of anxiety of what comes next. They had this first big step achieved, and then uncertainty.
It was incredibly important to be here, to see what was happening on the ground. There were people carrying their children, few of their personal belongings, but what was interesting to see that many of them were holding phones, mobile phones.
Oh my God! I just remember the time that I fled from my war-torn country, and I remembered above all to have my phone with me. To have my paid-for cell phone, my smartphone. I just remember that I was like, oh man, I'm scared for my life. I don't have food or water or anything, but I still had my smartphone. That's how you know you're dealing with a fucking refugee, is when they have a fucking smartphone to talk to their friends with.
And we thought, well, maybe we could use our technology with the IRC and Mercy Corps' understanding of the crisis itself in order to give the refugees the information to stay safe.
To stay safe from what?
In order to give the refugees the information to stay safe.
Holy shit, that begs the question. To stay safe from what? Now that they're here in the West. Who are they fucking hiding from? Mr. NGO cocksucker. Who are they hiding from? Law enforcement? Immigration officials? Who are they hiding from? Who are they trying to stay safe from? It literally, what you just said, begs the fucking question. What do you mean by that? Holy shit, that's eerie.
So together we made Refugee Info Hub. It's a mobile site that gives refugees information like where to get medical attention, how to find refugee camps, and anything else needed, all in their own language.
When we went live, it was powerful. What would take a few days, now it's a matter of minutes.
Oh my God! Oh my fucking God, this image! Oh my fucking God! This fucking image! I don't know how much more I can take of this, guys. I think I might be done. I might be done after this. I can't take any more of this. Oh my fucking God. Alright, let's push through. Let's push through this shit.
What we started here, delivering life-saving information through technology.
Oh my God, oh my God. You got all these fucking young men sitting there looking up on their fucking phones in Arabic, like, what's the best way to sodomize a fucking white child?
I think that's going to be the norm in the future. And the amount of people that we've touched is incredible.
Oh my God, well I guess we have a full understanding of what Google's fucking message is in terms of immigration. They fucking support the downfall of the goddamn West. I mean, I get it, guys. You want cheap labor. I get it. You know, but holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit, are you ridiculous? I mean, do you think that maybe, potentially, that there are terrorists among these people that are using their fucking smartphones to communicate with their fucking terror cell network? Maybe that's the fucking case? Maybe that's who they're fucking communicating with? They came here with nothing but their shirt on their back and a fucking smartphone. How much sense does that make? Oh, we got a fucking another one. This is going to be my last one. There are even more than this, but I can't take any more, man. I'm done after this.
From the first time I saw refugees, I saw them in front of me, not in the television. It's a huge difference.
Greece again? Why Greece?
I never forget that I could have been in their position. You could see many people using their phones 24 hours per day trying to connect.
You better believe, bro, that if you continue to do this shit in Greece with your economy and your political instability, yeah, you are going to be a fucking refugee. When Greece becomes a fucking failed state, that's when you're going to become a fucking refugee. And you're probably going to fucking fly your dumbass, your globalist ass over to the United States and do the exact same fucking thing here. Because you are a goddamn ideologue. Fuck you, bro. You are going to fucking result in the fucking failed state of your nation. You are going to destroy Greece. You are not in the position to take these people in. Your economy is fucked. Your culture's fucked. Your political stability, your politics is fucked. You have like a fucking ridiculous communist party and a fucking insane fascist party. It would be like if fucking Weimar Germany brought in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of fucking people they couldn't afford to bring in during hyperinflation. You guys are fucking insane. Why do they need internet access at a fucking refugee camp? These are not the necessities of life. Why the fuck do you need to set up 1 million goddamn fucking beacons for internet access? Why do all these so-called refugees have smartphones?
Everyone understood that Wi-Fi...
Do you have any fucking idea how much these phones cost? Hundreds of fucking dollars. American dollars. This is a luxury item. This doesn't make any sense.
It was so important in the camps to get a channel of communication with their relatives, to say hello, that I am here, I'm alive, I need help. Thousands of people arrived there, and the original camp expanded 5 times. We were there to help.
Yo! What is this? These are not refugees. Okay, you are not a fucking refugee. You're just hanging out. Texting on your fucking smartphone. Oh, just Jesus Christ. This is unbelievable. Is everyone in this world insane? Am I the only person left in this part of the world that has any fucking sense? You are not fleeing a war if you're just showing up and talking on your iPhone. Like, yeah, hey, by the way, guys, can you make me some lunch or some shit? I'm hungry. But I gotta take this call. Hold on. Okay, this is bullshit. Are we this fucking gullible? And are there not American citizens, Google, that could use the fucking money? Okay? Do you have to be out there funding fucking Wi-Fi for fucking migrants? Are there no Americans that need your help? I don't want to say it, but I think it's because they're not white. I think that's what it is. You go to Appalachia, you go to the Rust Belt, you go wherever, and you go, these people are pretty fucking white. Pretty fucking white. We can't be seen helping whites. So we gotta fly halfway across the world and give some free Wi-Fi to migrants that are fucking Greece and the rest of the West. This is disgusting.
To install Wi-Fi everywhere. In almost every deployment, there were people from Google.
We do have a lot of people with an engineering mindset, and a lot of people who want to help. And this is one of those things that Elias can do in about 2-3 minutes, and so far I've been on it for about 15. But I'm going to get it eventually.
We started expanding the connectivity to 60 camps all around Greece.
Why don't you put up some free fucking Wi-Fi in Erie, Pennsylvania? Why don't you put up some fucking free Wi-Fi in Buffalo? Why don't you put up some free fucking Wi-Fi in Detroit? Why don't you put up some free fucking internet in fucking Appalachia? Why don't you fucking help American citizens? Why don't you give free shit to fucking American citizens? There are poor people here. What the fuck? Why don't you start an internet company and undermine all the other fucking monopolies in America? Why don't you do that? If you're just gonna piss away fucking money, why don't you help Westerners? Why? It begs the question. And I think the answer might be because they're white. Majority white. You're gonna help black people too, you know. There are black people in here in Pennsylvania. There are black people in Buffalo. There's black people across this country you can help, and Latinos and others. Why don't you do it here, you fucking cocksuckers?
This is an antenna that's going to beam it down to the school down there.
We are trying to take care of the needs of the refugees, and we're trying to give them the best life that we can offer them.
Why don't you give free iPads to every school in America? Why don't you provide free Wi-Fi for every school in America? Why don't you provide free everything, free apps, free software, free everything for schools in America? Why? Is it because they're too white? You don't want to help African Americans? You don't want to help Latinos? You don't want to help Asians? Why don't you provide these services for fucking Americans? Why? If you're just going to give away free shit, give it away to Americans. Why do you have to fly halfway across the world to give it to people that have smartphones already? Where the fuck is their family that they're already speaking to? Why they're on their fucking smartphone talking to their family through FaceCam or whatever? Where the fuck is their family? Are they already here in the West? I kind of doubt that. Kind of doubt it. So who are they talking to and where are they? And why aren't they fucking there? This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
The fact that they had internet helped them to believe for something else.
How to make truck bomb.
And that was something amazing.
يعني سنة و3 شهور أنا وأولادي بالكامبات يعني صعب شعور صعب. هلا النت هي وسيلة تواصل. هلا أنا بتواصل مع أهلي برا.
Το δίκτυο ελπίδας στην μετάφρασή του στα ελληνικά σίγουρα τιμάει το όνομά του. Φέρνει ελπίδα. Θα έλεγα ότι ένα από τα πιο βασικά πράγματα που τους προσφέρει είναι η αίσθηση το ότι δεν χάνονται, ότι κάπου υπάρχουν.
I feel pretty good about being able to give people connectivity, but it's a little more special when it's people that you know really need it.
It reminds them that there is an outer world. They are not alone.
Oh, that flag is going to be upside down soon. That Greek flag is going to be upside down, and that whole camp's going to be fucking on fire. You know, I mean it. Like, Greece is not in any position to take these people in, man. They are going to be a failed fucking state. They are not going to survive this. These people need to be fucking deported. All of them. Every single one. Women and children. I don't care. Deport them. You do not have the fucking stability and the money to fucking just give these people shit. Because you think this fucking dumpy cunt who already has kids, who doesn't speak Greek, is going to be paying into the goddamn system anytime soon? I don't fucking think so. You can't afford to do this. We can't either. So fuck off with that shit either. We're not taking you in either. So I hope that you found this video at a minimum entertaining, because oh my god, was this shit draining. Google, God, man. Anything but helping Americans. That's the slogan of fucking Google. Because holy shit, is that obvious from watching this. So yeah, I'll end it here. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to buy and mail out your iPhone 7s to a fucking economic migrant that needs to use it before he blows himself up or enters a fucking gay club and mows down a bunch of people with a rifle. You know, be sure to, or runs them over with a truck apiece. Be sure to send your iPhones to refugees that need them. You know, whatever. Thanks for watching.